So our next cute look is, this is very small. One of our cute styles, one of bitchin' styles. Well, then we can make it. It can also be made, even the current cute style can be used. And it's the same after combing their hair. We use our row comb, needle comb after combing. The way the hairs stretch out, we're going to comb it all out. The middle, the back, all that hair, it must be. It's all coming out from the root. It's exactly the same as cutting a dog's hair. This is ours. That is, after all the hair in each place is straightened, we can go and trim it. Well, I'll start here. So it's now up. The fur on the tail. The tail is not installed yet. The tail will be installed later. Let's assume it's tail hair. We're just going to leave it with a little bit of this tail hair, then go and cut it again. Then it is a new model and a shape. If it is the body, this is the shape of the slightly longer bitchin' dog. Then I still find its important point first. After the point is found, we'll refine it. The first form I do, the fur on its back and before the tail is cut short. And when you're done, it's right here at the tip of the isp. I'm really not sure to grab it with my hands, so I'm going to teach you how much to cut, because this is the length of our dog. Locate an important point of its length. I found this point now. I'll go to fix its details later. Okay, when we're done, it's waist. That is the proportion of my whole dog. It's a 6:4 ratio to set a position. It starts with its waist position. So this is the middle of it. Finish early. I'll set the location in the middle first. In the middle, there will be a waist. The waist position, after that, the position of the mandibular line can also be determined for it. When we first started, don't open the middle piece too big. That is, don't open this piece too big because it has not yet been determined how much to repair. Then we try to keep this place as small as possible. Then he turned it in front of him. Okay, same thing. Just the part of our chest. To cut it very, very short. Cut a plane first. It feels vertical from the side, but from the front, it is round. Then this place is very short. How about cutting to this extent? I'll take a look from the side first. Take a look. That's about it. And then there's the front of the elbow. That's the point where my hand chest is separated. Our dog is relatively small, so I held it up. Find the tip of its sternum, and then it's also a 1:1 ratio. I see it from the front. Open the inside of your leg. Okay, so in the future, the approximate positioning of my half has been made. Then I put, this is his flying sleeve face. And we're going to throw it this side of the show as well. And then here's the embroidered noodles. The approximate shape on our side has been developed for embroidery. I have to follow memory in my head over there. And then there's the center side of it. Then I have already settled here for the waist. And this is just as the scissors are tilted in. By Jiang, you dare not go to this place. Go deep inside. But if I'm cute, I can go a little deeper. After that, he will also be fixed on this lower abdominal line from the elbow joint to his end bone. Then a rough outline of him was made later. So after that, he's before and after. The front and back have all been fixed. I'll give it to him according to this shape and refine it. Okay, so now is the tail junction. the ischial knee fossa, including the knee joint in the elbow joint, including the point where the sternum can be, it's almost there. Then I am now. It's basically what it looks like. Then I'll start to refine it with my scissors. Now, first of all, the back is flat, 30 degrees of a round, but when in acute form, the part of the body is shaved relatively short or it is cut shorter. The forelegs are thicker, so we can have a little bit more of that. I cut all the parts of my body. I'll come back and cut all 4 legs. That way I can keep it down to the thickness of my legs. A crude effect. So I've ended this refinement of the body now. As long as you give her this roundness in the middle and back of her chest. So now I'm going to get her legs trimmed. Okay, then it's a cute one. Yeah, styling. Now it's legs. You must build a very beautiful one. That's a horn leg. So where do I start? Now, find its knee socket and hock first. The hair on this side of the hock. I'm going to cut one of these faces at 90 degrees perpendicular to the tabletop. Okay, after doing this, then the side, the hock is half the position of the hock. I'm going to do the side ones. It's an inward slope. After doing this, I will stand a little bit in front of him. I'm going to do this effect on the front of his hind legs. Then the front of the leg, the knee fossa must extend 45 degrees. From here to the front of his toes. Therefore, if it is true, my scissors can definitely put it on the leg of this foot. The toe must be checked where to cut it. Then use scissors to gently press this one of ours. You can feel where its legs are. Cut as much hair as possible on the front side of the leg. Then modify the edges and corners here. In this way, the thickness of my outer side has been made. Then when you're done, start to do it again to the thickness of the inside of the inner leg. After finishing, I can go and finish all the thickness of the 4 corners. I'm going to touch up the outside of it again. Okay, so this corner is over. So let's start cutting this thickness of its forelimbs now. Then this word is also tilted inward. You get a center face, then slowly turn around on the outside. Then go ahead. That's right. Circle it from the center face. The thickness of this place is very important. It's the piece. I don't want to do, ask the scissors to tilt up slightly 45 degrees. In this way, the thickness of my hand will be made in the future. The effect will be better. I'll cut it from the back. This is the center surface right in the middle of the whole leg. This is in front of him. I've already talked about it earlier. Then do the back of his front legs at this time. The desktop must be very clean. Only when we're clean can we see our lines. If there's a lot of hair on the table, we might not see our lines. Therefore, it is necessary to keep the desktop clean. In this way, the outer side of my leg has been cut out. The bottom base has been cut out. Okay? Good over there. It's his now. The base under the foot of the embroidered surface is also tilted 45 degrees with scissors to cut a thickness out. This is the outer center surface. Then go to the back and start rounding it. After finishing, it's 1 finger away. It is the distance of 1 finger that it tilts in. In this way, our horn legs are very firm. It's just not easy to deform. I can also hold it up. Well, this is the time to do its hind feet. So that happens to be me, and this is my reference. I will press the length of the hair to this side. It's the thickness of the hair below my hock. The hair outside to front. And then fly the joint to the heel position. I'll do 90 degrees with him. And then at the bottom, lean in a little bit. It is this thickness that is still very important. With this, the hair of my hawk can be walked up, otherwise he might fall down. Then if we come to Mo in real life, dog hair, it's not as hard. It's soft. We can also go to these places first. Then the thickness of the back after doing this. Then I might have to do the front of his hind leg now. Find the knee first. The position of the knee in front of his toes is an oblique angle of 45 degrees. At this moment, we must find a very important point. It's that spot on his knee. And then you come back. So if he doesn't find this spot, his hind leg doesn't have a curve. Okay, so what we say now, the part of the body, just according to the type just opened, it has been done under the condition that all the points are very obvious. So the next thing we should do now is a design from his head. So we've now combed the dog's hair out. The body has been cut. So let's make one for it now. One of Lena Bear's styling. Now I have to cut out its eyes first. Okay, after cutting the eyes here. So here we go from the top down or from the bottom up. Don't show all your eyes. The one with a third of the eye blocked by this hair. Then this place is diagonal. Okay, and then when I'm done, I'll start doing his lip liner. So now I'm going to start cutting this thread in his jaw. What about the line of the chin? We are also according to his proportion. Can't make him 5:5. The chin should be a little shorter. It's also 6:4. The distance between the head and the eyes. And this word, that is, the chin should be a little shorter. Now, after start cutting his lip line. Then wrap the chin around again. Trim off the hair that comes out of the thorn. Well, after that chin is done, I'm going to start picking up the face part of him again. Because the brown bear's words are made into independent ears. Then our word is a semicircle. It kind of feels like a big mushroom head. Determine the position of his ears first. After the ears are rounded. His face is halfway up his ear. This is the widest part of the ear. If that ear is here, then I'll take this position. It also has a name called the helmet suit because it feels like wearing a motorcycle helmet. Therefore, it was named the helmet. The hair on those ears is a little sparse, so we can't cut it too much. We cut it in a semicircular arc. So now I've settled the shape on the left, almost. So I will cut the one here according to this shape. Now, the shape is the same. Going to fix its ears first. After setting the ears, the width of the ear, then wrap the circle after making the shape of the ear. My face went halfway up my ear. One difference between it and the brown bear. The brown bear is on top, is to cut off this place. Then it is full, not cut. Now, his mouth in front of the eyes, including the following. It has all been cut. We'll fix the top of his head at the end because we just said the eyes are round. In the middle, It's just that my chin can be shorter, a little bit higher. If this is my model, then you will see that it is a little bit thin. Therefore, our head must not turn it into honey. Cut it too much. Therefore, our head must be repaired less. Then this place is the height of my head. I'll settle here. And then this is 90 degrees from the side. I set it at 90 degrees of width. And from there, I'm slowly bringing it up to the top of my head. I just cut it right on the center surface of the top. I'm going to cut this place into a semicircle. This shape is called helmet shape. Let's just say he's wearing a helmet. A semicircle. Now, after you've done this one, you can do this half. It falls off very, very little hair because I want it to grow a little bit hairy. So I have to repair less. Okay, what about after cutting this? It's just a head to the back of this circle, the one in front. This is it straight from this section to this section. The 45-degree angle hasn't been done yet, so I'm going to circle it again from 90 degrees in front to the top of the head and the back. Because if you don't cut it here, when it was a real dog, it also lowered its head. The whole hair on the eyes and from the top of the head will fall down. So you must cut it from front to back. Okay? The whole body is trimmed after the face trimming is over. We're going to fix the back of its head right now. And then with our real dog, the cutting method is exactly the same. If this dog needs to wear clothes, I can cut this piece a little bit shorter. If not, and I made a little ramp, small mitre, circular past, then this thickness will push up the top of the head. So I think this thickness is very important. Then this slope will lift the hair on the top of the head. So I just made a little me. Oops, bevel. Okay, after doing this, wrap it back from the occipital bone of the top of the head. Both sides are rounded in this way. Because of the cute shape, big head, the limbs are also thicker. The hair on the body will be shorter. It looks very cute like this. So we trim as much as possible and we leave the hood as big as possible. This look of today's Lena bear. It's done, okay? So our tails are also fine. Then the shape of our cute Lena bear today. It has been completed through our model dog. We can practice all the most popular styles we want now. And then we did it on our real dog. In this way, our real dogs will look good and easy to pick up in the future.